at the most 2. There's that bloody thing. Oh, it's not that bright thing. God. Yep. This one then. I don't like how this thing sounds. It sounds like it's just gonna go and fall. Hey, Miss and Kayla. Where's that? Oh, it's in front of my face. So yeah, tonight's just a little basic open floor. Anything goes kind of a question thing of any part of the magical woozy woo stuff. Anything within practical reason. Don't expect anything too cray-cray. Just leave it at that. But let's see what is new. I'm hanging in there. It's just I've had a lot needing attention. Like I had to put my attention to some other things that were more of a priority. And tomorrow I'm actually going to be interviewed by a friend of mine that's in the Viper Alliance. And yep, I'm a part of that too. And yeah, I'm going to be getting interviewed, and we'll see how that goes. And I also come to find out that somebody didn't play it safe, and they are in deep doo-doo on the left. Like, if you remember about a few days ago, probably about a week or two. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm okay. It's just probably going to be all about like, oh, so tell me about the practice and all that stuff. That's pretty much what it's going to most likely entail, and also with some table flipping. But about a week or so ago when I did the live stream. Oh yeah. Usually if I get down, it's not really that long, but I mean there's times throughout the day where I get really down and I wonder why the heck did this happen like this, but that's just something I have to work myself through. But some time ago, if you happen to remember when I did the video about if you don't know what you're talking about, don't teach about it and don't even do anything about it, especially when it comes to working with the left and doing packs. If you don't understand what you're doing, if you don't understand what the practice says so far, question it. And yeah, because come to find out somebody didn't take the moment to take a step back and stand up for themselves. They just went with it, and now they are trying to think that they can break it by having a divinity that I work with and have been working with for a while. They think that they can just go to her and she'll just get rid of it. That's no. To put it bluntly, if you signed it and agreed to the pact, regardless if you knew or not, and if you didn't really understand it, but you agree to it, you still gotta follow through with it. And the left is not gonna care if you understood or not. You signed the bloody thing. You didn't understand it? That's not an excuse. Ignorance isn't bliss. So there's belief that it can be broken. Well, I don't know how to tell you, Tootsie, but you can't break it because it's essentially like a legal document. And it's like a legal proceeding. Like a partnership that's agreed upon terms that X for this individual will be given in exchange for Y's output or something. if this, then that. And that's an agreement that has to be finished. Well, to be kind of honest, the only one aspect of my life that I've always had the most trouble with is just love affairs. That's it. That's the only one. Everything else I'm content with. Literally, you can put me anywhere and I'm like, okay, I'm okay. Financial, that's not a problem. Intelligence, not a problem. Interacting with other people, not a problem. It's just the love department that's a headache. But anyway. So, to continue that, the sad thing is, if somebody thinks they can just get up and walk away from an agreement like that, well, they kind of don't know the idea of like, well, you agreed to do it, and they more than likely helped their side of the bargain. And if you think you're going to be slicky Miss Slick and just be all like, oh, I'm not going to do it, and your excuse is like, well, they kind of bullied me into doing it, you can still make the choices for you. Like, it's good, not good, audio's okay, quality's okay, yay, nay, meh. Because if that's the case, I think, okay, good. Because, I mean, sometimes my quality, I've watched playbacks, is like, is not... I have just the way to fix that. Maybe that'll help get it out of her life. Or my life, at least. Anyway, so... Oh. So, I don't know how to break it to you, toots. But, well, not you guys, but... If you... Hey, Michael. If you think that you can just go behind the left's back and try and be slick, and if you're gonna just think you can just walk away upholding your side of the bargain, oops. Because here's the thing. If you agree to it, they're not gonna stop until you do it. Hey, Dolly. But for real, the divines on the left, if you make an agreement with them, whether they've done it or not, and if you're trying to break out of that agreement, if you refuse to do it, they will not stop messing with you to the point where your whole life will be put upside down until you fulfill it. Especially if they held up their end. They're not going to stop. You may think that, okay, well, you can try and banish them. Oh, woo. But here's the problem. When you think you're secure, tragic slut. That's how they're not going to let it up. You made... A promise was made. It has to be done. That's the only way to stop it. You can't be all slick and sneaky and trying to evade them and avoid them. That's not how it works. It's just like man's law. Maybe it might be... Hold on. I wonder if there's a way... But nonetheless, if anything... I'm trying to figure out what was causing that, but still. If you make an agreement with any of them on the left, in fact, any entity, mind you, they'll accept the right because they don't do that. They pretty much do this. You must do what we say. You must. No, no. He said it must be done this way. We must do it this way. No. Don't ask questions. We must do it what he says. And that's the right. That's the right. That's how they go about it. If he with the big G says to do this, we must do it. Even if you had to kill each other? Yes, we must kill each other. Why? Literally, that's how the right thinks. It's like, I think that would be like lawful crazy. I mean, technically be lawful good, because if it's lawful, pretty much you have a concept of something doing what is like commanded, written. But nonetheless, let's see what else is new. Pretty much, other than that, it's just been pretty quiet, and I've been. It's all good. Whoopsies happen. But I mean, there's been some incidents that have been that have been quite the headache, and haven't been nice about it. Let's just pretty much just say, here's another wise tip. If you're if you're trying to go to somebody to have them share their thoughts about something, if they say no, don't hissy fit, and most definitely don't message them with a threat, especially if it regards kind of hacking into their account. It doesn't matter where the account is. The thing is, if you threaten to hack their account, it doesn't matter what account though. Hey Nightshade, it's been a while. If you threaten to make an attempted to hack somebody's account, regardless of where it is, you do know, you like when that's message, screenshot, put it to the side. And now the person you're threatening just forgets the password, they can actually have you arrested for a cyber attack. Don't look at me. That's what will happen. But that's none of my business. True story. That is precisely why you must be very careful about what you say, what you do, and all that stuff. Because that's something you don't want to have happen to you. So make sure you watch what you say, and think before you hit the enter key, because sometimes if you put it out, you may not be able to return that back to you, and you might be in deep doo-doo. That's why for me, the way that my password is, it actually uses... Well, I could be better. I'll admit that, but I mean, I'm hanging in there. I'm still surviving. I'm still kicking. Well, not really kicking, but you know what I mean. And I'll do lovely time, but I mean, tomorrow, I'm really looking forward to being interviewed by Nightshade, and probably I might table flip. If it's not me, it might be one of the lovely divines that I've been working with for a while, and probably most likely it might be Health coming. Because yeah, I mean, because to me, in just the way that I'm looking at it, it's just like, why in the world do you have to throw a big hissy fit, threaten somebody that you're going to commit a cybercrime against them, and to be even more technical, why don't we just throw an extra one on top of this mad sandwich? So you're threatening to hack into their information, which is also, if you do anything at all afterwards, congratulations, you have grounds for identity theft. Be it something as similar as making a post, that's identity theft. If you hack into somebody's account, and if you can actually manipulate that, you're posing as them, which is identity theft. It doesn't matter if it's major or minuscule, it's still identity theft. And that's a federal crime. And I'm just saying. So that's why you gotta be really careful. Yep, that's true. And a simple little threat, and if the victim just forgets the password, guess what? They can take you in to law enforcement right there, because they have cause to believe you did it. because you can't get into the account. Therefore, they are the prime suspect of it happening. It's all good, Nightshade. I don't have any expectations. It's all good. I'm simple. I'm easy peasy. But nonetheless. So if... Make sure it's something that's... Exactly. And the thing that makes it worse, if somebody's extra stupid, they can really get themselves into a lot of legal trouble. And here's another thing too. Here's my thought. Why are you making a big woozy woo about scamming somebody and being all like, hey, look what I did? Why are you proud of that? That's kind of sadistic, dude. And I mean, I'm just gonna plop it out there, but said individual of this incident now has the FBI on them. Oops! Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Who was the idiot? That's none of my business. And funny enough, it wasn't because of a cyber actually threatening to do a cyber attack or crime. It wasn't because of that. Let's just say it involved children. That's all. Right there. FBI. Even probable cause with that. If a child gets involved or anything regarding children involved, I instantly plop it to FBI. Instantly. If you're having any kind of like major accusations like that, and yeah. And I've actually have the Hey Loyalty, one of the pieces of evidence that was submitted actually kind of shows as somebody confronting said individual. And this said individual pretty much was trying to blame the person approaching him and confronting him with it. So this is funny though. Someone confronted him, and then this guy tried to turn it back on them. And then after when he tried that stunt, the guy was starting to laugh like a sick twathead. And I'm thinking, FBI, no. This has to be with the FBI. Sorry. No. So I passed it on to somebody else to handle it. So, don't know what to tell them. Well, that's what happens when you think you're all woozy woo and slick and you're not. This is, all of this big stuff and him thinking that he's all big and tough because, he said something that needed attention and nobody wanted to even give it to, the victim didn't even want to have anything to do with it. It's like, I don't even know you, dude, go. So then he makes a big hissy fit and then threatens and then makes an impersonation and then, we just follow the, the stupid trail and then look at that. Ooh. Big whoopsie there, but still. So, the best lesson I can provide for this. Yeah. Okay, that's why I gotta do it that way. Well, to put it this way, the ones that are, there's, in this incident, there's only the victim, the aggressor, and the accomplices that potentially may have been tied to it. And to be really honest, the thing that really got me into, responding was the part about a child. No, I don't really care If somebody has shown that they're not stable to someone when they just say, no, I don't even know you. Mm-hmm. And to be point blank, like point blank, if somebody is unstable, makes the threats like that, and then all of a sudden something ties into like, wait a minute, what? You sent what to this random person? And now you're kind of have potential to, have a child be put into danger. Because the thing is, that kind of abuse, and it's that kind of abuse, it's that bad. Guess what? Not only is it abuse, predatory, child endangerment, that kind of aphilia, and yeah, it's not, nope. It's actually not that one, Kayla. It's not that. Somebody else. Nightshade, why do you want to be normal? Because I'd rather you be you and unique. Because there's nothing else like you. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, all I can say is, well, it's out of my hands. Out of my hands. But I just know my interview tomorrow is gonna, I'm just gonna just completely be tickled pink. Like after tomorrow's interview that I have. Like if somebody starts throwing hissy fits at me. Because I'm already predicting it. And I mean, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but the thing is, I mean, go ahead. Throw your hissy fits, because I'll be like, oh, harassment? Yeah, tickled pink is a really old expression. I think I originally heard it from like The Simpsons, like a long time ago, from Ned Flanders. Well, just tickle me pink, or something like that. That was the most faggiest thing you've ever said. Don't ever say it again. Oh, I hate my life sometimes. But it was funny. But still. Because, I mean, let's just say, if something happens towards me, like how it's happened before to somebody else, the thing is if that's going to be taking place again, I don't know how to tell you this, Tootsie, but they're going to be messing with fire. Because what they're doing is actually destruction of intellectual property, which you can be sued for. And believe me, I have the means to actually combat that. Actually file for it. I know, no. Or every time. I go, no, Ethan. Like, every time. But still. I mean, and in one of my notebooks, I have everything written out. Everything just all prepared. I'm just waiting. So if it comes at me, oh, hi, cute. Down. Mm-hmm. Yep, and a lot of goddess figures, like even Lilith, they are very... Hey, Jaina. A lot of the goddess figures, and like pretty much nearly a good majority of all of them, they are very protective of children. Like, uber protective. And even then, it's a child. Why are you going to take advantage and put a child in a situation that you take their sense of security away? If you're going to do that, okay. You can go into solitary confinement, be strapped to the floor, and have a leaking pipe of water just drip on top of your head. Cruel? I don't care. If they're going to take away a sense of security and emotional standing from a child, they don't need to have any kind of sense of sanity. No. Off with them. Well, I think probably because the thing that's actually much worse than death is actually being alive in a state where it's unbearable. Lilith is one. She's one. Lucifer's another one. Satanus is another one. I mean, those are probably the only ones I can think of and be confident in saying. I might be just another day and hoping the good Lord landed that, you know, somebody doesn't do anything else to land on world's dumbest hissy fitters. And actually, speaking of that, not world's dumbest hissy fitters, but whoops, I didn't do it. I was actually thinking about and at least because for me, if somebody has the audacity to really do that to a child, you know, I think I would actually change the solitary confinement being strapped to the floor and having, you know, a leaking pipe dripping water on the third eye repeatedly and nonstop. I think I probably would make it a little bit worse. I think probably I would just, you know, just put a little radio in there and then just completely blast the sound recording of Saturn and just full blast and then just lock the door and let the twilight stuff in there. He's still alive, but he is not sane anymore. So if he takes that away from a child, he can have his be taken away too. And you're probably thinking, well, isn't that a little extreme? Taking a child's sense of security and their innocence and their happiness away like that? That's just fair. This Twilight takes away that child's life like that. He can have his life taken away the same way. And no, there shall not be no mercy for this. But anyway, just for giggles, I figured I'd dip it. I just, you know, just to be safe, just. Well, all that can be said is just like, well, that's what you get for being intentionally, you know, malefic and stupid and, you know, psychotic. I really hope, you know, you used your patella and you just drove it right into their crotch or their face. Because, you know, if you're trying to choke a child, well, congratulations, you just pretty much did attempted murder on a child. This is with the intention to kill. Choking a child is intention to kill. And also that's not discipline either. Restricting a child's airway, that's actually supporting and pushing for a child to die. That's pushing for the victim to die. That's what it's pushing for. That's the intent. I mean, the only kind of law experience I have was just in my senior year of high school for half a semester. So, you know, at that moment, I would probably just say, you know what, that guy deserves to have this happen. Pretty much have him just be held by the neck. Exactly, Shane. Exactly. I mean, the thing is, it is what it is, and there's like pretty much nothing. I can't be really like mortified of anything because it is what it is. And no, it's okay. But that individual who did that man, Twathead, You know, choking a young girl like that, I think this should be the idea. Okay, some muscular guy, just grab him by the throat, and then somebody go behind the guy and just fist him. And just, turnabout's fair play, isn't it? And now you don't got to worry. If you drop the soap, you won't even feel it. That was horrible. That was horrible. But hey, in prison, they actually be the vigilante justice. It's okay. Don't. No. It's okay if you didn't know. Besides, I'd rather you be open. Because I'd rather you have that sense of security somewhere than nowhere. Anyway. Still, it's open. It's open floor for whatever, too. Oh, okay. But nonetheless, if you feel the need to say anything, let it loose. If it's within practical reason, don't be all like, "Oh, I'm gonna be like one of those guys just to mess with mess with house here." Don't do that, because the last guy who did that, he got put on the spot, and even the cardstock batcher was like, "Oh, this guy has a hidden motive." Possibly. But anyway, I'm just gonna divinate with the whoopsies happened though. If you didn't know something was gonna trigger somebody, how can you be held at fault if you didn't know what you said was one of the triggers? If you didn't know, how can you be held liable to it? I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there are a few things that get me, not so good, but I don't even show it. Like years ago, I could have shown it, and it could have been bad, but still. Hey, Emily! Wait a minute. That's like the he who font. You little kids better believe what I tell you or you're going to hell. Well, joke's on you. You've noticed me, Guru. Joke's on you, because we already are on hell. This is the underworld. Troll face. Whoops, wrong way. Sunshine? Don't you mean moonshine? What? I like the moon, and I prefer the moon than the sun because the sun flames too much. So anyway. So regarding the situation with, well, let's just say that pretty much has been going on in my mind. Give me 3 goddesses and 3 daemons, and then I'm going to pick a tarot deck. Divine? Oh, no, I'm not a divine. Well, I mean, here's a funny way to go at it. If they're telling you you're worthless, who's the one that's still alive? Oh! Rip. How'd that taste? That was just evil. I'm sorry. That was bad. That was so bad. That was bad, but still. Oh my lord. Anyway, this one's the goddess in power. Oh, ooh. Here's the one that must be sought out. There's the one we mustn't forget. But I mean, my good lord, that was just dark. Well, actually, I think probably the more softer one would be Yahweh's, because Lilith was like, tell you what. Yeah, I'll be your queen, but with one condition. Make me a beautiful place, and actually take me to it. I want to see it. Just show me it. Shortly thereafter. Hey, I did it. You did? Yeah, come this way. Look. Oh, it's so beautiful. Deuces. And just blue balled him right there. That was probably the first time ever. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, well, I mean, all I can say is, well, whoops, kid. When she said no the first time, like, I don't want to be a queen. You should have taken the hint, but didn't listen, so now she actually made you look like a doofus. Hmm. Okay. So now, then, no. I was gonna say double me, but no. The first three? Fine, I'll go with the first three. I'm gonna grab a drink, hold on. You know, I'm just spraying the BS away. This smells so fruity. Go figure. I think we'll have... I think I'll use that one. Okay. So we'll go with Daemons and Goddesses first. So regarding this situation in question, some know about it, some don't. If you don't, let's just say you want to be the perpetrator, because if you are, well, whoopsie whoops. But that's what happens when you try and think, oh, I'm going to be big and tough. Well, you just ended up on Jackass Occult Edition. Whoops. So, cheesy, I know. Goddess in Power. The Morgan. So it looks like there's full sword shank ahead. That's Morgan. She's the one in power. So it looks like there's a lot of charging forward and being bloodthirsty. Must seek out Ron for abuse. Not actually seek out to abuse, but seek out and combat abuse and mistreatment. We mustn't forget Lovely. We must not forget Lilith for quality. We must forget that. You know, one of the things I just love doing is just making an Adam out of a guy. Oh, you're just like Adam. Oh wait, not yet. Now you are. That's just so bad. So, what I'm really getting out of this is pretty much just, if we know about the situation, just keep going bloodthirsty. Because we need to seek out the perpetrator causing the damages. But we must forget that, you know, sometimes it's a lot of fun to make an idiot become an Adam. I just can't. The Adam jokes are just too much for their... I just can't, I'm sorry. You want a Tarot or why did I just forget? Tarot or Oracle, Ethan? I'm like, what? I really hope the volume didn't turn back up. We will go with the Tarot Apocalypse. If I can just get, okay, you get down there. Now, why did that deck go in there that way? Okay. Tarot Apocalypse. Not like it's actually like Doom, like Tarot of the Doomsday, no. So we shall see what comes out of this. Yeah, this, can we not be bricky brick, please? Oh. One. Okay. Works every time. Sometimes you gotta give it a good, wakey wakey. You know, just give it a good smack or a good love tap just to, you know, loosen the cards up. So, that's the one! Oh, it's under the bed. Oh, okay. Let's see. I haven't even looked. 7 of Cups. And I mean, well. So that's what paradise looks like. and yes, there's only men in the picture. Well, turnabout's fair play, Kayla. But 7 of Cups, so literally, I'm not even kidding. There's only men in this picture. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I don't know about you. Nip on the back. Oh. Planned. So, does that, well, oh, but does that, like, what department was it were you looking into? Because, I mean, if it's in the, if it's in the playing field, if you catch my drift, well, there's this, sorry. If it's in that department, well, you got the big okay. Yep, you're gonna get lucky. And the funny part is that How am I going to put this? Because I have to be careful what I say. When you turn 18, because I'm trying to like, I don't want to make a big, I don't want to misstep. Because most definitely, you have plenty of options in this. Can do, darling. So, at least for Ethan with this thing. Pretty much what I'm getting from this is that you're going to have plenty of options. And just make sure you remember, whichever one you choose is the real one and the best one. And if it happens to be in that department, well, be careful, that's all I gotta say. But I mean, heck, if you're getting more attention than me, that says something. But then again, I don't play the field that much anymore because I kind of can't. Let me see over here. We will go with grand oops. No, not grand oops. So again, if you're thinking about getting lucky in that department, well, you have a lot of options and a lot of alluring ones at that. Just make sure that whichever one you but keep in mind too, I'm an intuitive reader. I only read what the card has on it. Because, well, if you have a look, I don't think I need to say anymore. Especially right there. And right there. Wide open. Well, just because it's dark doesn't mean it's marked. Yes, Emily, you can after Dolly's poll. But that sounds so bad. Whichever meat you pick, it's the real one. That's all I'm saying. Whichever one you decide to get wet with, that's the one. That's the real one. Why did that card just go flying like that? I just put the deck down and then it just decides to get spring loaded and fly. Okay, so Dolly now. So regarding younger sibling in hospital. Hate when that does that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way that I word things sometimes, it makes me go, why the heck did you say that like that? So Dolly, here's the card. Empress. Go for it. If you want to draw beautiful women, go for it. What's stopping you? If it's because someone's saying you should be drawing your love Jesus instead, I can do what I like, honey. But anyway, there's your cover, Dolly. Clarify it? Okay. So, first we have the Empress. Clarifying the Empress. Are you for real? Again with this deck. Why does this happen? This is like, I haven't touched this deck since the last time I used it. And this queen came again. Stop stalking me. So yeah, talk about having extreme divine and feminine intervention come in a lot. So I can most definitely say there's going to be rejuvenation. Six of Wands. Victory. So yeah. I believe there's nothing to worry about. I'll just use the same deck. So now, Emily, what do you want me to throw at you? A slappy card about career. Okay. Yeah, because I mean sometimes what I pull sometimes it'd be funny. Pull 2. Okay. Split it down the middle. So we have Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles. We have He Who Demands It. And we have the physical manifestation of him demanding it. So, definitely be in charge. Turn up the authority and be like, listen, I'll have you know, by order of decree, this pentacle shall grow on the tree. And for God's sake, somebody catch Bambi. I'm tired of him escaping all the time. Because you know. So, a lot of initiative, a lot of authority into getting your moolah. So then, fine, one more, fine. Well, look at this. It's the Hangman, but it's not your usual Hangman. He's kind of like, oh, breaking away. See? It's like, oh, sucks to be you, Snake. There goes your food. So, take more authority into getting your Ace of Pentacles of security. And when you're breaking away and being free, don't be afraid to be like, oh, you losing it? I'm doing my thing. Just to mess with them. If there's like somebody trying to keep you held down. Okay, then what was next? Okay, there. Okay, I can't even pronounce it. I can't even pronounce it. So, okay, so I can't even pronounce it. Where would you like me to take a look at? Yes, after I believe Jeremy. Okay, so Narendra, Jeremy, and then Shayna. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna put this to the side and just completely mitigate it because I'm probably gonna be completely forgetting why I was out. Rowena. Okay. What am I looking into? Anything at all? Oh, but since I'm not going to be using these... This sounds so bad. Don't say that like that. Screw it. Well, since I'm not using these Ds... Bad kid. Using these D's. What are you, crazy? God. Using these D's. You can actually do something like what Hoodoo Delish does. Or you can naturally just be like putting information up and then just pretty much just having it be like a small little type thing, and then you just put like the main notes, and then you just talk about a certain subject. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, brownies, where's that deck? Where'd you put it? I love you to death, but now you're making me want to throw a spear. Oh, there you go. You see, every time you threaten them, they give it to you. Oh, hey, do what you have to do for you. You do you, as long as you are good. That's what matters. Oops. Yeah, it's completely just flipped the whole thing out of your hand. Okay, Varinra, about. So, YouTube channel for her. Does she do one with the face or no face? That was close. Hi. And what's... Oh, that's a camel in the background. That's a camel. Oh my god. To be honest, I really thought, like where the camel's head is right there, I thought that was a black mist, and then there was like a bright mist to the other side. So it's like one side and one on another. And she was like being a mediator. I thought she was being like a mediator between the darker and the lighter. So she's just like, shut up, you two. I'm trying to think. And also, she has a dagger to her right. And it kind of looks like she knocked off Christ's thorn of crowns too. By the way, oh, how'd that happen? Oh, and she's also holding a book that has every planetary sigil on it. And for God's sakes, no. I see the BJ too. No. None of that. Clarify the High Priestess, would you be so kind? Okay. And one more. So, we have High Priestess, clarified the Knight of Pentacles. So when you're doing the channel, take your slow time, slow and steady, but make sure everything is practical. Because guess what? God damn it, Gabriel, again. You're supposed to put it in your mouth and blow, not stick it up your nose and blow. You're not supposed to be sniffing that stuff, dude. You're supposed to be leading by example, you pigeon man. Hey, I just stick it. Put it in your mouth next time. Anyway. So, most definitely, I would say, when on camera, just pretty much just say what has to be said. And be giving a lot of practical evidence. Because probably you're being tested with it. You're probably being tested to see how much knowledge you have. So make sure you go slow and steady and actually plan and execute in a very supportive, like it's able to take care of itself and it can build naturally. Because if you can surpass this, then you can move on to the world of this. Pretty much the planet with the lowest degree in a chart, that's the planet. Like if it's conjunct, the lowest planet is the one that has like the most say. Because from Earth's perspective, that planet that's closest by degree, all the other planets, they throw their influence to Earth. And since this planet is in the way, this one gets hit with all that influence, and then this planet pushes its influence to Earth, if that makes sense. So it's like a chain of command. If that makes sense. And then who is next? Back, fly back. Okay. Okay, then who's next? Trying to find out. Okay. Okay, it was, crap. Where is she? Okay, no, I just had it. Okay. Okay, was it a... Okay, after Renra. Okay, was it Jeremy? Okay, I mean, who was next? Was it Jeremy or Shayna? I don't remember, because the thing won't let me scroll back any higher. Was it Jeremy or Shayna? Because, I mean, I'm just like, I don't want to have a table flip happen, because I'm going to be like, oh no, unhand my foot, wire. Okay, so I did that. Okay, so then Shayna, then Jeremy. And was regarding a spell, like the effects of it. Just gave myself a paper cut. That was not pleasant. Fine. Dark Angels. Let's just see what... Easy milkshake. Almost threw my hand off. What about the head? Don't be headed, please. Yeah, let's not be well, I mean, if it's Adam, then yes, we can be headed. We have Judgment. Again. But what's funny... Double head. No, still. With this depiction of Judgment, though, you notice how there's one angel figure that's a lot bigger and taller than the other three? Oh, looks like we got something saying somebody is taking the domination. And the angels, like those three white angels below, they're like, oh, we're gonna fall. And one's just like, oh, God. And there's another one just like down here, just like, oh, shoot. I almost got a heart attack because she blew it that hard. Literally. So, there's a lot of domination and intimidation with that working. It looks like it's making a big wake-up call. Oh! Let's just say if there was something like something trying to be, like something faking itself. Like if something's trying to be thinking that, oh, okay, it's supposed to be sacred, but guess what? It's BS. Because you notice how the angels are like bright and shiny and happy? Well, this is like the Dark Angel, so it's the reverse. So it kind of looks like the opposing side, if that makes sense. Looks like, well, they got their wings clipped. Because if you're you have one angel on the ground is all, oh, and the other one's just like, we can't lose. this? Why am I dressed like I'm in Rihanna's S&M music video? The only Lilith that I read is Black and Lilith. I don't read the other Liliths. That's the only one I read. Okay, so one more call. One more call. One more card. And then the world. I don't like how this world looks though, because, you know, planted with a derpy man face, but still. So what I'm getting out of this is that, well, you pretty much gave any adversary a good wake-up call to the point where you crippled them pretty bad, and they can't fly because their wings are clipped. So now you can go skippity-doo-dah and just be all like, I can skip to my own beat now. But still. It's like you're being liberated from the pure quotes. You're being liberated from that BS. Because now you can just skip as you please with your own wings. And even if there's a Taurus involved, yeah, because, you know, there's a ball on his head. If there's a Taurus involved, it probably may be a little bit of, they probably may be a little bit stunned about all this in some way, shape, or form. Don't yell. If that helps, just make sure. Because since there's two hourglasses here, essentially this person that's involved, that if it's a Taurus related, well, they may be in this derpy state for some time afterwards because there's two hourglasses. But it's probably saying just be patient with them, because I mean, heck, you kind of gave a good wake-up call to the enemy, or those that stand in your way. You gave them a good, oh crap, we can't fly now. I know you can't fly. I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, good luck trying to return those to Spirit Halloween. Those wings are fake. Okay, the next was. Okay, next was Journey. So we will use. Don't start yelling. Yeah. I will use the. I'll go back to this one. I don't know why I haven't. Actually, never mind. Fine. Pass it this way then. You're gonna maybe go all the way over there. Bloody heck. At least toss it at me. Oh, well, you can't. There we go. We'll get cutesy with this one. We'll get a little cutesy. I always use true. It's like, I'm just having a ball and I'm just as free as can be. Why are you being derpy, Earth? Why you have a ball tattooed on your head? And true, Black and Lilith is slightly... It's pretty much slightly forward, I believe, between the two. Should you start this early? Let's see what comes out of this. If the deck won't decide to fly out of my hands. Because sometimes the deck's like, oh, I'm gonna fly. No, you're not. You're not gonna be flying like no G6 in here, okay? Oh, we're good. Ready? Well, we have he who handles twigs, the King of Wands, so that definitely says get to it. Out and carry a medium-sized stick. There's the star. Wish being granted, and restoration. And Page of Wands, so it does kind of like this. Should I say any more? Wait. For one, you have the page and then the king, and they're looking at one another. So it's kind of like, should I do this, Dad? Just shut up and use your twig. And it'll bring you healing from it, but still. So essentially, if you... But yeah, I mean, you should, because you have the King of Wands with the Page of Wands. So you have the energy to do it, you'll be getting a message about it, about getting to it, and it'll actually be fulfilling. And actually will inspire you into action. Up, and then we have the Wheel of Fate too, so it's moving forward. And then the Three of Swords, so you might be facing something that's gonna, you know, might hurt you, but you're still standing because there's no blood on the sword. I mean, not sword. There's no blood coming out of the heart, so you're still gonna be standing from it. Even if it's sad, you're still standing. It's not gonna knock you over. It is not gonna cripple you. You're still gonna be standing. And Hong Kong Fooey, face first ahoy, the Chariot. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of conflict. Don't ever be afraid of conflict, because you know actually how to have yourself be in checks and balances. You know how to watch out for yourself. And you know how to give the right amount of attention and the right amount of smack upside the head. And you're going to have a queen figure alongside of you. Yeah, I think you're good. Have at it. And just for giggles. Yes, that's the Empress. And she actually, behind her, actually has a harpsichord. So, well, I mean, one of the things Lola likes is unique music. And speaking of that, oh, look at that now. The High Priestess comes out. Lilith is a moon goddess. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. Now we have a Queen of Pentacles, too. Just like what I told Ethan. Whichever one you choose is the best one. Whichever way you're going to go with is the best one. Just don't be thinking too long, because it might pass you up. So get connected. Sounds so bad. Oh yeah, I just remembered. I'm pretty much like near exact on my watch hour time. Almost. So I was like, finally I can turn on this monetize stuff. But specifically, I think what I'll be doing once I'm monetized now, I think I'm gonna have a schedule put up. And I don't know, like on certain days I'll just go live, be like, okay, here's the like supposedly reading for whoever needs it regarding whatever part of life for like love reading. He has a hard one for you. Ace of Wands. If you need to find out if you're going to have money, well, you're going to understand how to get it. Yep. If you, I don't know, if you're wondering why, you can't get it stuck, because you keep reminiscing about your childhood love. If you're wondering if he's being a two-timing twathead, well, he's kind of a little too hard and a little bit too difficult to please. And you might have to just turn your back and tell him to just go to the underworld. Oh, and to take your big stick too. That's like the most fantasy woozy woo stick handler I've seen. But hey, you know what? At least you'll be moist. That was bad. That was bad. And no, that didn't hurt. Because I used to do cage fighting, so yeah, no, that didn't hurt. Well, this deck is actually very cute, but I love the backing. It's just that sometimes the cards make me go, talk about too much of woozy woo land. I just like that sound. So, what is the woozy woo? There's other shenanigans of being woozy wooed. That's all. Oh. I don't even know what to start with. I just completely forgot it. But anyway, let's see. Crap, I just had it. Now it's gone again. It's like he's saying, oh, I'm back. No, I'm not. I'm back. No, I'm not. Like, god damn it. Yep. Isn't it amazing, like, how you just connect? And funny enough, actually, I remember... I actually remember how... Oh, I gotta fix my hair, because typical flamer. I actually remember when I first... I wouldn't say first came into contact, because technically that would have been afterwards. But, like, I remember I was on YouTube and I had just searched how to do a flamin'... Sorry, I just have to... I poke fun of myself, I can't open. How to do one of those love spells. And then I watched and I'm thinking... Okay, sweet. Like, okay. Yep, that one. That one. Yeah, because for some reason I thought, I need to have a special kind of love because, that was many moons ago. And, so yeah, well, like the thing that was going on with you, David, well, now there's proof of being like, oh, look at that, he is the real deal. Rip. I'm like sweating. I haven't even done anything yet. Horrible. Yes, kind of. If you would like one. I turned my fan on, but you know, it would probably. God, no. Don't say that. Screw it. I would turn my fan on, but it would probably blow everything over and make it blow everything. Hmm. It's okay. Because actually, really, that's what I'm. Whenever I have open floor, it's open floor. It can be about anything and literally anything. Except, you know, I'm not going to be doing a spell live on camera. Because I don't want someone to be all like sneaky McSneaky, be like, he's doing magic, now I'm going to get him. I can be gullible sometimes, but, you know, sometimes I'm intentionally gullible, so that way I can be like, oh, I can see your real character now, Shank. And that's not like one of these moments when it's optimal. Oh wow, that was stupid. I'm like, how come this smells like hibiscus? Well, idiot, you put in a carrier oil that had hibiscus in it. I really need to dye my hair back to sapphire black. That's what I make it look like. I make it look like I'm easy to read. And that's one of the advantages of having Lilith in the Ascended. You may think it looks innocent, but when you can get too close... I mean, it's true. But for some reason... Well, that was weird. You just knocked over that camel that belonged to Paimon. That was weird. Why didn't you pick it back up? You gonna pick that camel back up? Because you kind of knocked it over, dude. Pick it up. Do you want to get fisted? Good. Stop shaking it. And yes, King Paimon. Oh no, I'm really gullible. I'm honest. I'm a really honest person. But really, when it comes to that, I put my needs first. And pretty much all that I have to say is that, you know, the last kind of, and it's recommended, the last person you want to, you know, go after is someone that gives a crap about you, pretty much. Don't go after that. That's like friendly fire. And you really think if you pulled one over on them, well, joke's on you, because let's say Saturn is in his, is actually returning for said individual. Me too, but still, Saturn loves me anyway. I mean, he's not my favorite hipster for no reason. Saw that. Don't. Quit it. I like see things out of the corner of my eye, and I'm just all like, really? It's cute and all, but you know, stop fangirling or fanboying. So I'm gonna put that over there. Okay. Oh. Absent. Oof, no, you don't need to be having your thing blowing like that. Turn your horn off. That's not really weird because I would say it's like a gift. Oh, and just for the record, when you use a pendulum, you don't do it like this. Okay, that's not how you do a pendulum. You don't just throw it and now you have it do this. That is not how you do a pendulum. I've seen so many people do it like that. No, you don't throw it and then you let it go. No, because now that's making you look like an idiot. You have to, start with it still, then let it go. Show, yes, please. Okay, now it's swinging towards me. You must like being tickled then. Hey, there's some people that like being tickled. I'm not one of them. Because trust me, if you tickle me, I will... Mm-hmm. Okay. General card from, do you want Dark Goddess? Do you want, like, Oracle or Tarot? And also, for funny and giggles, this is actually the pendulum that I've pretty much made. Primarily for Lilith to use, but she's fine with me using it. Copper pendulums? I wish, but I only have this. Just go for what I feel. Okay. Unhand it. A scooch. Okay, out of the way. You too. A scoochy. Hey, you know what? I love it, but I need to get a new one. Tarot of Sucky, no. It's not that kind of second, okay? Oh, whoa, okay. Come on, kids. Stop throwing it. You're blowing it. My stuff... Well, By any chance, do we happen to have, Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy. That is really creepy. That's a big pile of nope. Because you have the sun, and then you have the moon sign right there. Cancer, sun and moon. Okay, that's creepy, deepy doo, nope. By any chance, like a sun and Leo somewhere? Or, sun and Cancer? That was too creepy. Or Venus in Cancer? Moon in Leo? No, moon in Cancer. And look what came out of the deck. The Priestess. Or the High Priestess. Oh, and just for McGiggles. Oh, look. Look what's on top of her head. Full moon. The triple aspect. Have a black candle going. Black snake, white dress. She doesn't look impressed. She has a floating magical book. And quite frankly, this one doesn't give a crap. And she's just like, oh, I know my worth. Full moon is going to be quite the night. Moon in Virgo might be having something to do with this. Along with sun in, or even a sun in, where's the play? Where's this bloody thing at? Sun in the sign of, there might be a sun in Aries too. There's a lot of looking to, so there's like the priestess, and then we kind of have both figures. We kind of have like, these two kind of both looking towards the priestess. And there's two full moons, so probably what I'm getting is that probably two individuals are pretty much looking towards you. One is trying to be over critiquing of you, and then the other one is kind of turning their back on what they were looking at prior, and now they're focusing on you or what you're doing. One's trying to find beauty by nitpicking you underneath the moon. And then there's also possibly involved a moon in Libra that kind of, can't comprehend what's going on. It looks like they kind of are self-sabotaging themselves. Whenever there's a 6 of Wands here, though. So there's somebody like trying to nitpick you. They don't know what they're talking about. They can't even see what they're doing. But somebody's actually seeing you as that's looking up to you to be victorious in something. Oh my gosh! Again, hold on. Just stand by one. Okay. Because my grandmother just fell again. So I have to take her down to the hospital. So I'll be back later. So sorry.